Yo, it's your man JamC,
Yo, it's your favorite Republican, and
and we're going vocal. Yeah, he's Republican.
Republican, and I'm anti-war. How about that?
Yeah, right. It's a war going on outside. Shook ones. Yeah, man. They wilding. They wilding. Iran. I think did some Americans get killed?
Not 100%
No
sure.
tourists. I gotta look that up. Because
Not
that
100.
you know the sad part about that? It's I know this sounds crazy. I think it's a little bit insensitive. When the news gave it up, they was talking about casualties. And then the reporter says verbatim out his mouth on TV, like, yeah, well, there's some people who got a couple families, children killed, and he says at least there's no Americans that was killed in this travesty. I thought that was
So
mad insensitive. He like at
yeah,
least like wow, kids, mothers and kids died, man. Regardless whether they was American or not, these were human beings. He said at least no Americans were killed.
that's
That was
crazy.
crazy. That was wild crazy.
Yeah, that's
That shit
crazy.
was crazy. Yeah. So I mean, how you doing otherwise, kid?
Man, other than that, I'm good, man. No complaints. No complaints. I cannot complain. I think that sometimes, you know, the people get complaining. They're complaining uh, due to something that they may not have at a certain time and space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody like myself, I just look at it like I'm gonna go with what I got. I'm gonna deal with what I got right now. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna make the best of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people get to complaining because this didn't go through or that didn't go through or whatever, whatever. But maybe it wasn't time for that to go through. Maybe you wasn't ready for it to go through. You thought you was, but maybe you really
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just kind of just take it day by day. Like you know what I'm saying? Like don't be stressing about it. It'll come through. It'll come through. When it come through, it does. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
people just get so infatuated by what they don't have
Yeah.
or
Like, all
didn't
right,
have
let
or
me
what
ask
should
you
have.
this. All right, let me ask you this. Are you comfortable with who you are in this present moment?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Cause
I
I'm
mean, I was gonna say just real quick. Is there some things that I could fix and work on? Yeah, probably so. I could be better, right? Am I operating at an optimum level? No, but am I operating at my lowest form? No. You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody can work on getting that optimum level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I'm happy with myself.
Okay, I can piggyback off that. I'm very comfortable and happy with who I am currently. And to add to that, yes, am I at the level I need to be at? No. Am I getting there? Absolutely. Am I building towards it? Absolutely. I'm just learning that a lot of our peers and maybe people we don't know, but just through my passing and talking to people, is that a lot of people are not happy with where they are in their life. A lot of people still living in their past life, as you sometimes you see it on social media a lot.
Mhm.
A lot of people constantly complain. They spend more time complaining about the things that happen to them and that they don't have. That they never talk about the true blessings in their life, the things that they do have. You know what I'm saying, or the things that they building towards. And what we have in common right now, if you're still here, you got the gift of life. Talk about
That's
that.
it.
You're actually living. That's an
That's
opportunity to make tomorrow better.
that's it. That's it. You got the 24 hours, another 24 hours to do something right or make something right or get right with yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because I think it's all within self, right? And what I mean by that is like if you're not comfortable with who you are or how you're living or how you maneuvering in this world today, then it's gonna manifest in how you treat other people. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So You gotta, do what's right for yourself. And I'm thinking as I'm talking, and it was this thing that I read where it's your your character speaks a lot about yourself on how you treat people that you don't need nothing from.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like not
Mm-hmm.
your supervisor, not your boss, not you know, not your family member who you try to get money from or whatever, whatever. But just a regular person, and you walk past a waiter or maybe the mailman or maybe the person that picks up the trash. You understand? How do you treat these
Mm-hmm.
people? You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need nothing from them. You understand what I'm saying? If you needed something, typically when you need something from somebody, you're on the best behavior. You talking the best talk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But how do
Yeah.
you treat people that you don't need stuff from? You know what I'm saying? And that
That's
that I,
true.
to me that defines your character. You understand what I'm saying?
I think like I had got a phone call today. And I'm not gonna go into the individual, but I will just say this: like most times I talk to this individual, um, there's only a few people I talk to. And sometimes if your conversation is two people that I know that I currently speak to, they negative about everything. I mean everything in every situation. They're the victim of everything. But in the call, sometimes I try not to judge. And it's hard not to, because we human. So
Mhm.
I try to hear it out, listen to it. Sometimes I found that giving positive feedback doesn't work because you getting into a verbal altercation with these individuals. So it's almost like you just become a soundboard. But being a soundboard could be that shit is draining. By the time I get off the phone, I want to take a nap because I be tired. And I ain't said not one word, but I took all that negativity in, and I gotta either go outside, run it off. I gotta get that out of my system because I just absorbed all that stuff. But in the conversation, none of it is like, you know what? If I hadn't have done this, this is always, this person, that person, something always happened, boom, boom. But it's never like, you know what? Maybe I should have took a left because I was wrong for doing that. It's never any accountability. And then I also learned that this person's self-esteem is finished. Like that's done. Like casualty of war, like no self-esteem at all. Like, and I guess sometimes, we when we live in the past, you have money, we was in the street ripping and running, everybody has some change in their pocket. So you felt like, wow, I'm the man. I'm the celebrity out here. I'm a star out here in these streets. But like to your point, when all that stuff is gone and reality hits and you don't have those material things or those cars or that cash flow, where are you at right now? Who are you right now? Do you know who you are?
Right. I think, and that's a great point. And it's sad that people use materialistic things to define who they are or determine this is who I am because I got a big car. This is who I am because I got deep pockets. Or this is who I am because I live in this big house. Or this is who I am because I live in this neighborhood, right? If you strip all that stuff away, then who are you, right?
Yeah.
Understand who you are because you're going to be that person with deep pockets. You're going to be that person with empty pockets. And if you
Mm-hmm.
understand who you are, your self esteem should stay intact. Should stay
Yeah.
intact. It shouldn't bother you when things don't go or somebody because you're not gonna be everybody cup of tea. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you should be okay with that. You should be okay with
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? You should have the confidence and know that I am somebody. I am who I am. I'm a difference maker. I'm a person who could go out here and change the world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nothing can stop me, nothing can get in my way. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody has that mindset. You know what I'm saying? Or due to lack of self-esteem.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think social media makes it so hard for people because we look, and it looked like something special. It always looked like something special. But I think if you stand true to yourself, stay in your lane, man. Don't worry about what it looks like somebody else is doing, because you actually don't know what they're doing. You see a picture of somebody on the beach. They could be on 10 beaches. Those pictures could be old. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Those Some people just compile a bunch of pictures and just throw them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take a lot of pictures. So usually the pictures you see me posted, because I probably took the picture that day. So like, I don't, and even though I move around a lot, that's the one thing me and Republican Lou do not do. We do not take a lot of pictures. We do
Mm-hmm.
not. We do a lot of shit in life, but we do not take
It's
pictures.
not.
And
I
I
don't.
and I, yeah, and I've always been told, yo, all the shit you be doing, you be telling me, you need to document that stuff. So sometimes I may post more than you, because it hit me sometimes, because I'm always being told that document what you do, put it out there. And a lot of times I be second guessing it, because I don't be wanting people to think like I'm trying to look like something, but it's not for that reason. It's just for self. So it's just documenting the things that you do, the places you go, the people you meet, the things you see, and your boy Republic, he has a hard time with that, because he go to some nice places and he don't
Yeah,
take a
man.
flick. He don't take a flick of nothing.
Like for me, I feel like one ain't everybody business. I ain't out here to
But it's
show
not for that purpose. But I get what you're saying. It's not for that
show
purpose.
both. Like some people, they it's a thing on social media where I heard that the younger generation, they said, if you ain't take pictures of it, or if you ain't got no pictures of it, it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
My word should be enough that it happened. I ain't gotta take pictures to show you that it happened. And if you don't believe me, that's fine too. I know what I did. I know what I experienced. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I just think that's like, I don't know. It's just too much sharing, too much people in
Well,
your business too much.
no, it could be a little bit of that, but I think sometimes it's sometimes some things you do. And if you do decide to post it, it does show growth sometimes, because we don't do a lot of the same things. These not club photos. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't at the
Right.
club every week. And we in all different poses with the same people. We ain't at lounge photos. These are more like living life pictures, so to speak. So
Experiences.
yeah, so it's just sharing your experiences. So with that, I have no problem with. I may not take party pictures and stuff like that, but if I do go somewhere, I may share that. Bring people in my world for that purpose. But again, because I know I'm comfortable with who I am, and I don't second guess those things no longer. I mean, I never did. It's just with pictures, I just always was thought it was like, it's not a big deal. But it actually is, for some people, because you can motivate people sometimes. I've went to places and posted it, and people have reached out to me once we run into each other, and they ask questions, or they may share like, yo, that was a place they was thinking about going to, and they might ask me what's a good place to eat, and I tell them. So I thought things like that are great experiences to share. Like, again, it's not about the cars you buy, the house you live in. It's about yourself. It's where you are with yourself, and knowing that as long as you're here, you always got a chance to do better and make it right. But the last thing you should be doing is complaining about stuff that you don't have, and shit that you want to do and you're not trying to do it.
I think that when we went to all those back in the day, we went to those Virginia beaches, going down
Mm-hmm.
to Philly, going to Jones Beach, right?
And all star weekends every goddamn where. Yeah,
None of that shit was documented, right?
yeah,
Nowadays, everything got to be documented.
yeah.
Wow, wow.
Well,
I don't see
for
it.
that's what I'm saying. Going back to those things, those are great experiences, so you could take pictures. I got pictures of some of that stuff, because you get to document where you were at that current moment of your life. You know what I'm saying? So you could speak to being outside without actually, like, it's different now. So like, I think if you come from the era where we did Willie Burgers, we did Greek Fest, we did all the Magic Convention shows, Fashion Weeks, we did all those things. So if you have
Mm-hmm.
shots that you post, those are all good. So now if you're able to go to the White Cliffs of Dover or the Himalayan mountains and rock climb, that's growth. I think you should take pictures and stuff like that because I think it shows where you are mentally and where you are spiritually and where your head is at. So I think that's important for people to know that you can mature and still live your life to the fullest based on your terms. But again, that is to each his own. Me, I like to share if I may, and I'm blessed to be able to still be here. I don't have a problem with sharing my experiences, because it's my experiences that brought me to where I am today.
I don't mind sharing mine either, but I'd rather share it in a conversation than share it on social
No,
media.
that's fine. Yeah, that's
You
fine. You
understand
could.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
listen, your way of life shows that you mature. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your
Definitely,
way of life. It speaks for
definitely.
itself. And you don't have to a degree, we human beings, so everybody have self-esteem, problem or issues, I'll say, with some things, not to the point where it's you totally defeated. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, again, I speak to individuals who like totally defeated, and they rather sit and have misery conversations all day long. And some of these people are our age, and that's all they choose to do. And but you blessed to be here, so there's other things that you can do. So I try to stay off the phone with those people. I try not to be in the room with those people. I try not to walk that way. And luckily for me, I don't live in an environment where I gotta see that shit. But when it comes from family, it's like killer.
I think about and um, rest in peace to Quabills and family. You know,
Mm-hmm. Rest
um,
in peace, Qua.
and do you think she's worrying about what pictures was posted of me out on social media? That it's so trivial. It's so trivial and so minute in the grand scheme of things. You understand what I'm saying? Like life is so much bigger. You understand? I
Absolutely.
I just feel like, you got people in the world that will put you on social media, right? God forbid you run into that Maya Cherie. She gonna get a picture of you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's going on the World Wide Web. You understand what I'm saying? So, and shout out to Marguerite. Nothing,
Mm-hmm.
nothing, nothing against her, right? But you know how she do. If you see it, and if you don't want to be on social media, you better go the other way. Because if she see you, she take a picture. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that those things are small, minute, when you think of the grand scheme of life itself. You know what I'm
So
saying?
now that you say that, before we end this too, because I know we gotta sign off soon, but all right, let's use a socialite for an example. Take away social media, period. Do you think a socialite still could be as active socially, just taking pictures and putting them in a photo album? Now, right now, they eliminated, if Instagram, if Trump said fuck social media and outlawed it all, and it all crashed today, where we could never post pictures and stuff like that. It go back to just conversation, words, but no photos. Do you think it would hurt people self esteem, going public,
saying?
being outside?
Definitely, definitely. Because we live in a generation and we living in a time where people don't communicate, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
don't communicate. Like you think about it, like if you had to meet a young lady, you gotta approach them and say,
Yeah.
back in our day, you had to approach them, and hopefully you had a pin on you to get their number, right? Nowadays,
Yeah.
you don't never gotta see them. You could just slide into their DM and
Yeah.
have a whole conversation. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you could be a keyboard Casanova,
Yeah.
you know? So,
Yeah.
and if you take that away from them, they will be so, they'll
Yeah.
be, it'll be crazy because some people that's all they do is depend on that type of stuff. And
No,
even
you're right.
more people our age, right?
Yeah.
We look at some of this stuff as entertainment, right? You go to TikTok, it's entertainment. You know, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. Instagram, entertainment. You understand what I'm saying? Because some people they gonna post no matter what. That's just who they are. That's just
Yeah.
what they gonna do. Some people just can't live without it, right? You know, some
Because
everybody
they
wants to be an influencer now. You know what I'm saying?
because
So
they gotta
everybody
show
posts.
people. Yeah, because people want to show that they still relevant and shit like that. Like, yo, I'm still
To
relevant out
who
here. To your
though?
point. Yeah.
To
Yeah.
who? Why? Why? If these people don't think you're relevant at this point, were you still trying to prove it after all these years? Let
And
it
that
go.
goes back. That goes back to what we was talking about, like self-esteem. Like people who have low self-esteem, so they do that because they want to show they still relevant. They take pictures in Gucci at our age because they still want you to know they flashy. They still doing all that shit. They trying to show you like, yo, this is what I look like today. But man, listen, that doesn't make you. It never made you. Is you.
The thing is, you trying to prove it to somebody else. Prove it to yourself.
Yeah.
Them clothes don't make you. Like the clothes
No.
ain't gonna. A million followers on Instagram ain't gonna make you. You understand what I'm
No.
saying? You still
No.
gotta be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to be who you are at the end of the day. Love yourself. Be more in tune with yourself. Get to know who you are. Understand your likes and your dislikes and the shit that make you mad, the shit that make you happy. You understand what I'm saying? Learn all that shit
Absolutely.
about yourself.
Absolutely.
People just
Absolutely.
they refuse to do so. They refuse to understand who they are and hide behind social media.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen, world. If I'm gonna say this in my closing, my call to action. My call to action is I think people need to read more books, expand your vocabulary, learn how to communicate with one another, and I think conversation, less pictures and more conversation. That's what we need to be talking. We need to be reading. If you want to post something, post a new book you read and send it to me. Post it. Like, yo, post a book you read. I don't have a problem. Post a place you went to eat at. But don't post sneaker pictures, your new car, which is okay, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Post some
It
stock you
is.
bought. Yeah, post some stock you bought that took off. Do something that's gonna change lives, not cause you to go broke.
They ain't gonna post the stock that took off. Because if it took off, they feared somebody gonna ask them for something.
Nah, it's not that at all. It's encourage people to the encouragement is for us to grow. You're not growing if you bought a new hat or new sneakers. You know what I'm saying? You growing when you elevate in your mentally and physically and spiritually. And that's just show me something of growth. That's my call to action. Do something,
You
show
ain't,
something that's gonna
you ain't
help people
gotta
grow.
prove shit to me. You ain't gotta
No,
show
it
me
ain't.
shit.
It's not even proving it to nobody. It's just it's each one teach one. We all have to learn from each other. So my thing is, I would rather learn something that could help benefit later than to look at somebody styling on something that really don't have. I mean, it really don't make sense right now. Doesn't make sense. Not for something like that. I think that's corny. But you could do what you want. I just think that for me, I need something that motivates me, and those are things that don't motivate.
My motivation is to help these people way. The more they post, the less I post.
Hey, listen, man, you gotta get your shit together, Republican. I just had a call to action. That was it.
Um, nah, not really. I think I really my get your shit together would be. I really wish Ti and 50 instead of going at each other like social media, do a versus. Go against each other discography. You understand? Saying who could get the party? Who could get the party hype more? 50 or Ti? Right? Ti music or 50 music? Right? I'd be more interested than that than to see them with all these memes and going back and
Yeah.
forth with each other like that. You know, it just is what it is. So my get your shit together is let's have a real battle. You understand what I'm saying? As opposed to this whatever this shit is that they doing with memes and
Well,
the whole
that
the
ain't
Ti
never that ain't never
Harris family, the whole
that ain't
Ti.
never gonna happen. That verse is not gonna happen because I think people have a misconception of verses because I guess it's how it started. And I'll just say this. I know I said this before. Lastly, people think verses is for people who should has been. It's not for people who's current. So because most people that did the verses now were people who had hits a while back. So I don't think 50 would do it. T.I. don't look at it that way. T.I. look at it verses are verses, whether you current or non-current. It's the verses of your whole catalog, old and new. So it is
Correct.
what it is. So, but I don't think 50 looking at it from that perspective, and I don't think he'll do it. But it would be, but to your point, it would be dope. I think it'd be dope for the culture. Um,
Do you think it would be a good one between
oh, it definitely would. It definitely would. It would
they
definitely
both
would.
they both got some bangers, like you
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, and keep it on that because there's too many other people getting involved now. So I think it's a wash at this point.
The whole the Harris family, the whole Harris family, you know.
Then you got Funk Master Flex in it now too.
What is he talking about?
He coming at Ti neck. Yeah, so it's just like it's a bit much, man. So it's like it's too much now. At this point, it's a wash. It's a wash. So I mean, listen, man. I just tell people get y'all shit together out here. Everybody, get out there and find some self esteem, man. Get a therapist. Do what you got to
Yo,
do, man.
did you know that song that T.I. got out with them? The one that everybody listening to? Pharrell produced that?
Yeah, yeah. But we'll talk about that off the show, man. We get busy off the show, man. It's your man JamC,
It's your favorite Republican.
and we are going vocal. Peace.
Peace.